if you have a specific goal, na big goal, you need to cut that into small pieces,
smaller
diba?
chunks.
So parang ganun yung idea na ginagawa ko right now. And I'm also tracking ano yung mga bad habits na meron ako, neutral and good.
Welcome to Kaka Computer. In this episode, we'll be talking about avoiding burnout in IT. Now, this is very important to me kasi in this ever-evolving industry, it's really hard to balance yung work and life, and I'm sure marami sa atin nabu-burnout talaga. So, ano yung common signs na nabu-burnout yung isang individual in this industry? Kayo ba? May mga insight pa kayo dito?
Ako, I think this is more like a personal take. Pero yung napapansin mo yung sarili mo na parang, itong task na to, parang simple lang naman. But it takes you like 2 times longer or 3 times longer. Kasi parang may mental stress or mental load for you to do something na sanay ka naman gawin usually. So parang for me, okay, parang indicator to na parang pagod na ako. Oo.
Kasi parang expected mo lang na kaya mo lang like let's say in 2 hours ganyan. Tapos inabot na pala ng weeks. Parang di naman.
Ilang araw ganun. Na parang may mali, parang may off.
Ikaw, Rod, anong experience mo with burnout?
Sa akin, ang experience ko with burnout is wala ka na masyadong time outside sa work. Kasi if ang nangyayari is mas maraming time na nako-consume dun sa work, everyday yun, no? Parang sabihin natin, for the past 6 months, ganun yung nangyayari sa'yo. That means, there's a sign na possible ka na ma-burnout. Kasi parang anytime dun sa 6 months na yun, or lumagpas ng 6 months na yun, nang ganun pa ulit-ulit na wala ka na nagagawang iba, and then puro ang ginagawa mo araw-araw is work.
Oo.
Yun na yung start nung mababurnout ka na.
Siguro for me naman, parang mas naging irritable ka when you're working. Although you're working for longer hours, that doesn't mean you're productive during that time.
That's right.
Oo. Kasi iba yung productivity versus the number of hours you spend working on something, although di mo naman pala na-accomplish. Now, that begs the question, why is it so prevalent in in the tech industry, yung burnout?
Go on.
Well, take ko. Kasi parang feeling ko with tech, ang bilis kasi. So parang you're always trying to do something new, something better. Na parang never-ending cycle. Parang alam mo yung pag-hamster ka, yan, takbo ka lang ng takbo. Pero parang hindi natatapos. So I feel like may ganong feeling na kailan ba matatapos? Parang walang ending. As opposed to, let's say, kunwari, for lack of a better example, let's say construction ka na. Okay, pag natapos yung bahay,
tapos
done. Parang may ganong sense of accomplishment. So feel ko yun yung challenge with tech.
And hindi siya similar with other industries na parang, kunwari na natapos mo to, you've learned this, yun na yun, for your entire lifetime. Yun na yun. Hindi ganun eh. Kasi, again, this is always evolving, always kahit ako, I'm learning some new framework or technology, and after ko siyang na-learn, may bago na
You have to catch up again.
So parang, alam mo yun, I can't, parang nag-upskill ka ng upskill without being, and you can't be complacent at the same time kasi mapag-iwanan ka, di ba? So, yun, kaya tayo nabu-burnout eh. Ikaw naman, Rod.
So, sa akin kasi is more on siya eh. Yun nga, given na fast-paced na yung tech industry. So, there's a lot of technologies that you can use, di ba? That you can learn. Pero yun nga, after a day, after a month, may bago na naman. So, parang yun yung nag-i-start sa atin na paano ko makakahabol? Kailangan ko matutunan to. Kailangan ko yung ganito. And then yung one last part pa sa work part naman or dun sa work environment natin, yun nga, yung mga features or yung mga business requirements ng application or ng business is hindi fix. So parang may first iteration kayo, ito yung goal eh. Pero after a month, nagbago kasi nag-trend yung AI. Tapos nagbago na naman. So parang wala talagang done. So parang relate dun sa mga sinabi.
Naalala ko tuloy dati, parang yung trend, dapat yung projects natin na-integrate yung blockchain.
Blockchain
yes.
Daming mga NFT projects. Ngayon parang nag-lay low siya. Ngayon, AI na naman. So parang ikaw, it's really hard to keep up. Now, with that being said, what kind of practical tips or advice can you give to mitigate or prevent yung burnouts?
Sa akin, ito natutunan ko lang, hindi recently, pero maybe last 4 years or last 5 years, kasi 7 years na ako sa IT industry, is hindi mo kailangan mag-achieve ng perfect. So parang don't achieve anything na ito na yung perfect, ito na yun, parang ganun. So parang maging practical minded ka na lang. So parang if ever kung ano yung kailangan ng company, that's it. So focus on that, no? If ever na need nyo talaga mag-improve, you need to use another tech. Sige, go ahead. Pero pagka hindi nyo kailangan yan and the current tech na meron kayo ngayon is na bibigay pa rin naman or na bibigay nyo pa rin yung output na kailangan ng business is mag-stay lang kayo doon. Huwag kayo masyadong magpa-apekto doon sa mga new things, di ba? Sa mga new things. So, it's more on focus on what you need. No? Avoid yung mga ibang shiny things.
Kasi ano naman yun parang if you keep chasing for the shiny things tapos working pa naman yung existing nyo, walang sense, 'di ba? Parang just to keep up with the trend.
That's right.
So that will cause a lot of burnout.
And kasi maghahabol ka
And especially for the developers kasi yung mga product owners or PM, sige kaya yan. Diba? Yes man lang para to the stakeholders. So ayun lang. So if importante din na there's some sort of empathy or sympathy sa with everyone in the team. Ikaw ano yung mga ginagawa mo when you feel burnt out or to avoid or mitigate it?
Ako, I think it's a bit more simple, pero medyo related siya sa sinabi ko kanina na parang it's always good din na to recall ano na ba yung na-achieve mo. Kasi diba, minsan, let's say, when you're developing a product, hindi naman siya 1 month. Sometimes it could take years. Pero, tas feeling mo, ang tagal matapos. Pero in reality, ang dami mo na nagawa And I think that's something worth celebrating. So, for us, parang, for me then good na. Pag-isipan mo din, parang, okay, ang dami ko na rin na-accomplish. And for me, that feeling parang nawawala yung pagod. Kasi, di ba, parang, okay, may nagawa naman pala ako. I feel fulfilled about it.
Not just on your projects, but siguro personally din, no, na parang, nakaya ko nga to last year, so kaya ko din ngayon. And for today's episode, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Tutorials Dojo, your one-stop learning portal for helping you earn certifications in IT. So, if you haven't already, subscribe to our podcast and share with your friends. So, we've been talking a lot about burnout and what do you guys do to achieve a better work-life balance?
Sa akin, if you're familiar with Atomic Habits, so basically it's a really good book.
Yeah, I read that book.
Sobrang solid niya in a sense na hindi lang siya sa life It also can be applied to anything. Kasi parang di ba nga, Atomic Habits, you need to improve yourself 1% daily. And if you have a specific goal, na big goal, you need to cut that into small pieces, di ba?
Chunks.
So parang ganun yung idea na ginagawa ko right now. And I'm also tracking ano yung mga bad habits na meron ako, neutral and good. So ngayon, parang daily, meron din akong ginawa sa community na group chat na improve 1% daily. We're actually just posting daily kung ano na yung current daily tracker namin. So anong mas maraming nagawa mo? Bad habits ba or good habits? So yun yung parang isang part na ginawa ko right now is to apply yung Atomic Habits on my personal life. And also for the technical, it can be also applied. If you want to build an application, you don't build it in just one day. Diba? So parang build it step by step kung wala ka talagang oras. Kasi parang kumbaga, start creating a repo. Sabi natin, first day, no? The next day, gawa ka ng button component. Di ba? The next day, gawa ka ulit. Hindi mo mapapansin, mabibuild mo na yung application mo nang hindi ka na-burnout na tipong ang dami nang gagawin na to sa isang araw. Hindi ko kaya kasi may iba pa akong gawa. So, doon kasi parang nangyayari. Parang nape-pressure tayo kung gusto natin gawin yung bagay in just one go. So, yeah.
Yeah, kaya sabi nga nila, I remember a quote saying na you start moving a mountain by moving a single piece of rock.
Yeah.
So, incremental changes every day. Kahit slow progress pa, still progress either way.
Progress.
And again, yung sinabi mo kanina na you don't chase for perfection
Right.
Kasi you can never achieve it perfecting. Ako naman, in terms of work, avoiding burnout, I'm blessed naman to be in companies where work hours. Beyond that, personal time ko na yun. And walang nangungulit na, Brel, sali ka dito, may client meeting, ganyan. So far, wala naman. And then I stick to that. Kasi, yun, pag work, fully dedicate myself to work. Pero pag personal time naman, then that's the time na yun, play hard. How about you,
Yeah.
Ann?
Ako, I think I make it a point to have hobbies outside of work.
Mhm.
Kasi parang, and this is something I've learned din na parang, kunwari, if 100% ng life mo, like, or day mo, dinedicate mo to work, even outside of work, parang the moment parang may nangyari sa work, you had a bad day, parang 100% din.
Bad day ka na.
Oo, bad day ka na. As opposed to, okay, work might be bad, but I still have something else.
Oo.
And I feel like good balance siya na it's not everything.
Yeah. And speaking of hobbies, no, before my hobbies used to be yun, playing computer games, ganun. But na-realize ko na parang I'm just sitting down. Diba? At least you need to have a hobby that gets you moving eh.
Yeah.
So parang in the past I've incorporated some kind of workout, running, swimming, ganun, just to keep myself active. And just last year I purchased the standing desk. Oo.
Yes.
And it really helped most of the time.
Yeah.
Not standing pa rin. So, yun, I really need to incorporate yung sinabi ni Ron na good changes, no? And so we've talked about on the side of things mga employees, no, and how they can achieve work-life balance, how they can avoid burnout. Now on the side of the management naman or employers, siguro Ann, you can have more context on this. How can you create an environment that is not inducing burnout for your employees?
For me, I think with this kasi parang wala siyang one-size-fit-all na solution. I think ang driver talaga will be the managers kasi sila naman talaga yung nakapag-interact with individuals on a day-to-day basis. And for us, number one rule namin talaga, at least where I'm working, is really transparency. And you always ask what support they need. Kasi sometimes, mayroon ding tao na nagta-thrive talaga kung gusto nila 24/7, really, hustle talaga eh. And there are others na gusto mas may balance. So you just have to find what works for each one and how are you able to give it as a employer. So for example, for employees namin na would love more social aspects of work, then okay, we'll put them in teams na bagay sa kanila yung ganun or teammates na ganun din. And at least, diba, parang with the team that they're working with, pareho sila, nag-thrive sila with each other and with each other's energy then.
So you appropriate each so it's good na management has some kind of feedback programs in place kasi yun nga, there's no one size fits all solution kasi different employees have different needs, diba? And different age levels, diba?
That's true. Iba priorities mo eh.
Iba pag medyo bata ka, syempre ka-vibes mo yung mga same age mo, tas yung thunders. Iba din yung, ikaw, Rod, anong dito?
It's kind of the same with Ann, no? So parang, based on my experience, no, in the past, up until now, the management side, or at least me, na tech lead din, is, ang ginagawa namin is, chine-check muna namin yung mga feedbacks. If, ano ba yung nag-work sa inyo? And we're trying a lot of things. Actually, if hindi nag-work yung ganitong klaseng workflow, yung ganitong klaseng mga meetings and so on, we're trying to change that every week. So, let's change that, hindi ito nag-work sa'yo. Let's change that, hindi ito nag-work. Hanggang sa malaman namin, or hanggang sa ma-meet namin na, okay, nag-work to sa'yo, nag-click yan sa'yo. That's good. Okay, so parang, paulit-ulit namin ginagawa yun. Kasi, the idea is, we need to make sure na everyone is aligned on where they are more productive. Kasi for example, on my end, so parang meron akong core time na 4 hours or 5 hours. May core time kami na ito kasi yung parang pinaka-time ng mga meetings, na possible meeting, pero wala akong masyadong meetings nun. Depende lang if ever na need. And then yung 3 hours ko, it's either gamitin ko siya before or after nung core time. So parang flexible ako in a sense na it depends kung saan ako mas productive. So ako na yung bahalang mag-drive sa akin kung saan ako magiging productive. And the management agree on that. Kasi if ang gagawin nila is pipilitin nila kami na, or pipilitin nila ako na, okay, dito ka magtrabaho ng ganyan na, ganito ganyan. Pagka hindi ako naging productive sa part na yun, and then they just trying to, pagka pinilit lang nila akong gawin yun, is mabe-burnout ako na. So that's the idea. That's why it's always better na magkaroon kayo ng experience dun sa mga management side na fina-find talaga nila yung saan kayo fit. At saka flexible kayo. So parang good yun kung may ganong klaseng management.
So to summarize now with all your points said, it's important na a company or the management fosters a community that is supportive, inclusive, and hindi siya imposing na ganito. Kasi may mga ibang typical Filipino companies na pagod ka na sa trabaho, pinipilit ka pang pasayawin sa Christmas party. So,
Yun yung hot take.
So, having these feedback programs in place really fosters the well-being of your employees and reduces burnout. Kasi kasi pag binurn out mo yung mga employees mo, there's a chance na aalis yan.
Yes.
So if you're the kind of person na company-centered, parang tagapagmana ka talaga na company, it also helps your company that you're helping your employees kasi it makes them stay longer, they're more happy, and they're more productive with their work.
In addition, you need to make your employees, kailangan nyo ipapil sa kanila na importante sila. Kasi kasi pag ang ginawa mo is, pinapil mo dun sa employee nyo na parang,
insignificant.
ano ko kayo I mean, employee ko kayo di ba? Gawin nyo to, ito yung kailangan. Ito yung, may law, kumbaga. Pero pag ang ginawa nyo is, you make them feel important, di ba? Mas magiging smooth yung conversation through call, through your managers and so on, and they become more productive in that kind of sense.
Ang saya kaya ng feeling na na parang, I played a key part in this project, di ba? Parang mas masaya ka, and then kaysa yung parang, inutusan lang kasi ako. Diba? Parang, we wouldn't want that in our culture.
And I think yung reality din naman, kung wala yung employees mo, wala mangyayari
That's right.
Oo.